Hello, my joyful soul community. Welcome back. This is Letty. I am so excited to have you here today because we are going to talk about the power of words. The power of words. How can words have power, right? We don't ever think about what we're saying. We don't ever think about even the words we're thinking in our heads. But words have energy, words have a frequency. And I didn't really notice this at first when I got into my own business and I started to do a lot of training and leadership stuff. And up until that point, I hadn't really, never, ever, ever given any thought to the power of words. But I have to say, they are immensely powerful and they can make or break someone's confidence. They can make your day great or they can make your day bad. I mean, words, guys, there's power in the words. So, how does this all start? Well, when you're going through an ascension process like we are all going through, right? We're going through these big changes. We become a little more aware of everything. We become a little more aware of how we feel, what is going on with my hair? How we feel in any given moment. We're paying more attention now to situations that we don't want to be in anymore. Work situations, the tone that people use. We're just more mindful, I think, as a society. I think people in general are becoming a little more self-aware also of what works for them and what doesn't work for them, right? I always say you get a lot further with honey than you can with vinegar. And that really is true. It is a saying. They've been saying it for I don't know how many years, but I've been using it for the last 40 years. But you do get a lot further with honey when you do with vinegar than you do with vinegar. So what does that mean? Well, talking nicely to someone, having a nice tone, having, patience with that person with the words that you're choosing to use really makes a big difference. And you can inspire, you can motivate, you can help someone to understand what it is you're trying to say if you choose your words wisely. And like I said, I didn't really pay attention to this up until I got into leadership and I started to really, really pay attention to how people want to feel um I guess talked to, communicated, how people how what makes them feel good, what makes them not feel good. And the power of words is important not only in business but also with our youngsters and also within a marriage, within a relationship, within a family. They're very, very important. So when you're talking to someone and you say, hey, don't be late tomorrow, and you can say it with a smile, don't be late tomorrow, and they're not paying attention to the tone that you use, and they're really not paying much attention to that you said don't be late. I mean, they kind of do because they go into panic mode, but the word late that's what sticks. Okay, late, late. Oh my gosh, I can't be late. I don't want to be late. What if I'm late? They're going to get fired. I'm going to get fired if I'm late again, right? Late, late, late. So that becomes this recurring little tape in their head. And even if they set their alarm, and even if they go to bed early the night before, right? And they're super careful, they are so worried about being late, being the operative word, that they will, no matter what, at 99.9% of the time, they're going to be late. And it's not going to be their fault, but they will have focused so much on late. That was the trigger, right? So that just kind of takes a back seat in the brain. And then all of a sudden, everything that could happen that day happens that day. And they lose their keys. Their shoe breaks on the pavement, right? The heel falls off, or they trip over their shoelaces and they bang their head. I mean, whatever. It could be anything. They just spill coffee all over the place. They have to change. It could be anything, but chances are they're going to be late. So let's say that person, rather than hearing, okay, don't be late tomorrow, what if they heard, you know what? I'd love it when you're always on time. And I love it. I'll see you here early. I'll see you here early tomorrow. We'll meet here early. That is reassuring. That early is in their head now, not late. That early is now something that's going to percolate They're going to go to bed at the same time they would have. They're going to go ahead, set their alarm. They're going to have their clothes. They're going to do everything that they would have done prior. The exact same thing. And they're going to save time. They're going to get there and they'll be like, wow, hey, I have 10 minutes to spare. I'm early today. So for moms and dads, anybody that has a teenager, okay, how many of you have teenagers that do not, they're always late, or they're always getting in trouble, or their room's always a mess? Okay, what are you saying? What words are you using? What words are you using with your children? Because if it's not working, then change your words. I promise you it will make a difference. So that's one thing that we need to pay attention to, is the words that we use when we're talking to others, when we're asking for them to do something for us, or we're expecting something from someone. But the other thing that I want to say is, when you use words like can't, let's say I'm talking about myself, right? And someone says, hey, are you going to come to the picnic on Saturday? Um, I don't know. I might not be able to. I'm not sure if I can. I don't know. I don't think I can. I can't be gone from the house for too long, or it's wishy-washy, right? Rather than someone saying, no, I'm not feeling too good, or oh, I have plans. We start to hide behind different kinds of excusing kind of words, right? Maybe, can't, mm, not sure. All right. So when someone says, hey, what kind of job do you want for your future? What kind of, where would you like to live? Or what do you want to do for yourself? What do you want to be, when you grow up, whatever. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't think of anything. I'm not ready, right? Whatever that is. Well, guys, we're putting roadblocks in front of us that we don't even know we're putting there. So pay attention to what you're saying. Take out the word can't. Take out the word should, and take out the word just. Okay? When let's start with just, the word just. Okay? If someone says, "Oh my gosh, you look so pretty." Oh, this is just whatever. You're diminishing yourself. Okay? If someone says, "Oh, look, there's Letty, and there's Gregory, and there's Tina." Oh, well, that's just Letty and Gregory and Tina. You're diminishing those people. Okay, we don't even pay attention to what we're saying. Or if your kids walk in and you have company and they're like, "Oh, is that your daughter?" Yeah, it's just her, she's just here for a second. Don't diminish. Just kind of diminishes things. Okay? Should. Should, I think should be taken out of the vocabulary, out of our dictionaries altogether. Should, you're doubting yourself. Well, and you are completely in self-judgment. I should have done this. Oh God, I should have done that. I should be doing more. I should be earning more at this age. I should have a house by now. I should be 100 pounds. I should have lost all this weight. I had a baby, you know, 5 minutes ago. I should be a size 0. We should ourselves into the gutter. And I don't like should. Should does not give you any choice in the matter. Should automatically judges you. You judge yourself when you say, "Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that." Okay. Now, if you want to you're a sovereign being, you're a free being, and you have the right to choose. So rather than saying should, you can say, you know what? I could do better. I could go to the movies if I want. I could lose 20 pounds by December. I could go to, a new job if I choose. It's all about choice. So now you're putting the power back. You're taking your power back. You're putting the power back into your own pocket. And that's important. That's important so that we all feel that we have a choice in things, that we are a decision maker, that we are the decision maker. Life isn't the decision maker, but you're the decision maker for your own experience, for your own life. And you could choose if you wanted to. And if you could go to work in, Cucamonga, but you choose to stay in California, that's okay. It's a choice. And we all have that right to choose. Okay. The other word that I think is, I would say to, not, well, you don't want to not use it, but can't. I can't lose weight. I can't ever make that much money. I can't get a new job. I can't move to that apartment. I can't buy a house. I can't. Why? Why? That just literally shuts the door. You're like, I can't. I can't. So there's no question. There's no ands, ifs, or buts. You just can't. And you are completely shutting that idea, that creative juice flowing, that dream, that vision for yourself or for someone else. You can't. No, you can't. How often do we tell our children, you can't go there? You can't do this. You can't do that. And and then we wonder why they don't tell us things. We wonder why they're not trusting us, right? As parents. Um, you could, I think the better thing to say would be, I would like to talk about this. And I would feel better if you chose differently. Okay. I don't think that's a good idea. It's not resonating with me. I'm not aligning with that outing, right? I'm having a feeling about it. And you can talk about what that concern is. So words, like I said, guys, are really, really important. And when you use words, pay attention to the power they have behind them. If you want to inspire someone and you want to motivate someone, or you want to just guide someone, whether it's a partner or someone, a young adult in your house or a child, you know, use loving words. Loving words have a totally different energy. Loving words can move mountains. They can totally move mountains. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. I respect you. I honor you. I hear you. I love what you're doing. You are so creative. Wow, you're awesome. That's amazing, right? Those kinds of words make somebody want to do better. They inspire someone to want to work a little bit harder. But when you tell someone, what's wrong with you? What's going on? You have a problem. You're wrong, right? It's cuts them off at the knees. But when you tell yourself these words, then you can't you can't talk yourself out of a paper bag. And then we wonder, gosh, what happened to me? What happened? It's funny, right? I'm in my 50s now. And I remember when I turned 50, I had this, I had the conversation with myself. And it was like, okay, Letty, where are you? Where are you in your life? Did you achieve the goals you wanted? Are you where you want to be? Are you liking things right now? And I remember really feeling pretty bad and saying, well, I should have done this. I should have done that. I should. No, no, no. And this little voice said, yeah, we're not going to talk like that anymore. Okay, we're going to figure this out. And all this information in these books reminded me, because I had forgotten again about, how to inspire myself, how to motivate myself. You can't give someone motivation. It's easier to raise the dead than it is to motivate a person that doesn't want to be motivated. You just can't motivate someone. You can inspire and you can support and you can guide and you can listen, but you can't motivate, right? So motivation comes from within. But if you've been talking bad to yourself, if you have been really judgmental and really critical of yourself at every turn, then guys, it's not going to work, and then we beat ourselves up even more because it's not working, right? So this little vicious cycle has to end, but it's all lined up and it points directly to the words we use, the words we think. So my suggestion for you, and it's a challenge if you want to take the challenge, is pay attention to the words you use. Are you using can't? Are you using just? Are you using should? Or are you using words that are empowering, that are loving, that are inspiring? Okay, what kind of words do you use on any given day? And how often do you say that you can't do something? or that you should have done something, or that you're just blank blank. How often? How often do you say that about yourself? And how often do you say that about someone else? And if it's more than once, then it's time for a change. And I believe in you. And I know that if you're still listening to this video, something about it is resonating. And there's no coincidence. Synchronicity is all over the place right now with our ascension and with everything that we're going. We're evolving into better people. This world is going to be a beautiful place as long as we put beautiful words out into this space, out into this time space reality, into our day, and into the hearts of those that we love, and into the minds of those that we lead, and into the world we live in. Yeah. So I love you. I believe in you. And I am blessed and happy that you are here and that I got to share this. So in this moment, guys, you know what you know what you know, right? In this moment, you are loved. Yeah, you're loved. See ya.